Good morning and welcome back my dear students to your SST class. So this video will be for both the sections class 5A and B. So today we will start a new lesson in your social studies, that is the land of hot sands, chapter number 9, page number 60. So you all can have a book page number 60 for the reference. Okay. So in this chapter we will learn about a country called Saudi Arabia. Okay, and we will learn about its location and climate, relief of the land, people and lifestyle, economy of the land. So these are the basic spotlight of the chapter. So we will learn everything in the detail in this chapter about this country. So before getting started, there is the story time. I'll quickly read that for you. Every morning while going to school, I see a number of vehicles on the road. I wonder, how long will this vehicle run? Will the petrol used in this vehicle last forever? I had too many thoughts and questions in my mind. When I reached school, I asked my teacher, and to my surprise, she said that she will be taking us through an interesting journey to a rich land of liquid gold. Let us learn more about Saudi Arabia. What is a liquid gold? Why the teacher, she referred as a liquid? What is liquid gold? Liquid golds are petroleum. They are also known as liquid gold. Why? Because like gold only, petroleum is also very expensive. And Saudi Arabia, the Middle East countries, all these Gulf countries, they are the largest producers of petroleum. Their economy they are the richest in the petroleum. The petrols are very cheap. They export petrol to all the countries in the world. Even India, they get petroleum from Saudi Arabia only. So these countries they have like many mines, petroleum mines. Okay, so that's why they are one of the richest country in the world also, because they have they earn very high revenue from the petroleum. So let's get started with the chapter. Let's get started. Saudi Arabia is a large country situated in Arabian Peninsula. So Saudi Arabia is a large country, and where it is situated? It is situated in an Arabian Peninsula. So what is a peninsula? Peninsula are those lands which are surrounded by water from the three sides. Okay, that is peninsula. The largest peninsula, and it is the largest peninsula in the world. Okay, it lies between the Red Sea on the west and the Persian Gulf on the east. Its capital is Riyadh. What is the capital of Saudi Arabia? The capital of Saudi Arabia is Riyadh. So remember all these basic things. Okay, so what is a peninsula? Peninsula are those land which are surrounded by water from the three sides. And if I ask you what is the capital of Saudi Arabia, then it is Riyadh. It is also the biggest country in the Middle East. So in Middle East, many other countries also come, but the Saudi Arabia is the biggest among all other countries in Middle East. Other countries of this region includes Iran, Iraq, Yemen, Syria, United Arab Emirates, also known as Dubai, Israel, Jordan, Palestine, Turkey, Lebanon, Oman, Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain. So these all are the countries which comes under Middle East. But among all these countries, Saudi Arabia is the largest country in the Middle East. Okay, if you see the picture here in page number 61, if you see the picture here, peninsula. Why it is called peninsula? See, you can see it is surrounded by water from all three sides. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 sides, but here there is no water, so that is why it is known as peninsula. When a land it is surrounded by water from the three sides, that is known as peninsula. So you can see this picture and it will be clear for you why it is called peninsula. Okay, so now we will learn about the location of the country, where it is located, where it is situated. Saudi Arabia is located between latitude 16 degree and 33 degree north and longitude 34 degree and 56 degree east. The Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north, passes through the center of Saudi Arabia. So the Tropic of Cancer, it passes through the Saudi Arabia. It passes to the center of Saudi Arabia. Okay, it is bordered by Jordan and Iran on the north and the northeast, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain and United Arab Emirates bordered the east, Oman in the southeast, and Yemen in the south. Okay, the Red Sea lies to its west and the Persian Gulf lies to its east. Okay, so these are the countries which borders Saudi Arabia. These all are the Middle East country only. So this is the location where it is exactly located. The Tropic of Cancer passes through the center of the Saudi Arabia. Okay, so if you see this map, you will be able to know that. Okay, you all can see the map here and it will be more clear for you where it is exactly located. Okay, so now we will move on to the next topic. We will learn about the terrain of the Saudi Arabia. So we will learn about the terrain of Saudi Arabia. What is the terrain? Terrain means the physical features. Okay, Saudi Arabia is a high rocky plateau covered by vast desert. Okay, it's a flat land and it's covered by desert in most of the areas. The desert region have small hills of sand called sand dunes. So what are sand dunes? This we have learned in the previous chapters also about when we were learning about Rajasthan. Sand dunes are those like sand hills. Okay, it's like hills, small hills built by the sand. When wind blows in a high speed, then this sand goes and gathers in an area and it forms a hill kind of sand hill kind of thing. That is known as sand dunes. Okay, so strong winds and dust storm blow the dry sand and shift the sand dunes from one place to another. 80% of the country is located in Arabian Peninsula. We read about it. It's the largest country situated in Arabian Peninsula. This was the first line of the chapter. Okay, it has a long coastline as well. What is a coastline? Okay, in this country has a long coastline also, and you should know what is a coastline. A coastline is a line that forms the boundary between the land and the ocean. Coastline are those line that forms the boundary between the land and ocean or lake. That is known as a coastline. Mountains can be found on the southwest part of the country. The desert of southern Saudi Arabia is called the Rub al Khali, and the desert on the northern part is known as An-Nafud. Okay, there are two deserts. In the one is found in Saudi Arabia, southern part of the Saudi Arabia, and it is known as Rub al Khali, and the desert on the northern part, it is known as An-Nafud. Okay, so you all can see the maps of Saudi Arabia. You see, you will have a rough picture about what is Saudi Arabia, why it is known as peninsula, and what are the countries which surround Saudi Arabia from all the sides. Okay, you all can see there is this Arabian Sea, the Red Sea, Peninsula Gulf of Oman, then Iran, UAE, Oman, Yemen. So this is a map of Saudi Arabia. In page number 61 you can see here. Okay, so we will learn about the climate. What types of climate are there? Saudi Arabia has hot and dry climate. Obviously it is a desert region, so it will be hot. Okay, that is understood that wherever it is desert, it is hot there. Saudi Arabia has a hot and dry climate with a very little rainfall. Their rainfall are very less. In fact, it is regarded as one of the hottest country in the world. And Saudi Arabia is also known as one of the hottest country in the world. Most of the country is a desert with no lakes and rivers. There are most of the country that it does not have rivers and lakes. Okay, it is surrounded by desert. Most of the country land there are desert. Okay, the day temperature is very high, but the night temperature drops sharply. The average summer temperature is around 45 degrees Celsius, but it can get high up to 54 degrees Celsius. In winter, the temperature drops down to 0 degree. So basically the climate, the weather out there is very extreme. Okay, during the daytime it is very hot, and in summer the temperature it varies from 45 to 54. Sometimes it is 45 and it will rise up to 54 degrees Celsius also. But in the winters, the climate, it gradually drops up to 0 degrees Celsius also. So climate out there is very extreme. During the summer season, it's very hot, and during the winter season, the climate, it drops also drastically and reaches up to 0 degree also. The sharp change in the daily average temperature happens because of the sandy terrain of the country. Why there is this sharp rise and fall in the climate? It is because of the sandy terrain. During the daytime, the sand heats very fast, and this means that the day temperature increases rapidly. Why it is hot during the daytime? Because most of the lands are covered by sand, and sand, it heats very easily by sun. Okay, it gets heated up very easily by the sun, and it is very hot during the daytime. And during the night, the sand cools down relatively fast. Okay, so compared to the land, the sand it cools fast. Okay, so that is why the temperature, it falls rapidly during the night time. That is why the night temperature decreases quickly. Sandstorm can be seen frequently in desert. So there's lots of sandstorm. The wind, it blows, so there are this sandstorm. You are understanding what is sandstorm? Sandstorm means when wind blows in a high speed, or whatever, in desert there are sands. Desert means what? It is sand, right? So when the wind blows in a high speed, there is sandstorm. Almost every day there is a sandstorm there. So climate in Saudi Arabia, it is very extreme. During the daytime, it is very hot. During summer, temperature ranges from 45 to 54 degree, and during the winter it can fall up to 0 degrees Celsius also. And why it is hot during the daytime? Because the sand, it heats up very easily by the sun, and in the night time, the sand, it relatively compared to the land, it cools down fast. So that is why the nights are usually cold there compared to the day. Okay, so now we will learn about the plant life. Let's discuss about the plant life. Very few plants can grow in the desert climate. As you all are very aware that we learned about this in the previous chapters, about when we were learning about Rajasthan also. So there are very less plants which can be grown in the desert area. You know that because there are very less amount of water found there. The plant life in Saudi Arabia consists mainly of shrubs and small herbs which requires very little water. Only those plants are found there which requires very less water for growing. Okay, so such plants have long roots. Why they grow there? Because these plants, they have long root that penetrates deep into the soil for water. So only those plants are found there which are only the small shrubs and herbs plants are found there, and these plants, they have very long roots. So they get deep inside the land, and they penetrate deep inside the soil for the water. That is why only this kind of plants are found which has very long roots. Okay, their stem are also soft and fleshy. These plants, this helps them to store water. The stem are what? They have stem which are soft and fleshy, which helps to store water. Their leaves are just like thorns. They don't have leaves. Okay, these plants, especially cactus. Cactus is the plant which are grown in the desert area, you know that. So have you seen leaves in cactus? No, right? They are thorns only. There are thorns there. This also prevents loss of water through evaporation. So where there are leaves, it evaporates very fast. The water, it evaporates very fast. But where there are thorns, cactus, it does not evaporate fast. That is why they live in the desert. They require very less water to grow there. At some places in desert, underground water rises to the surface, forming a fertile area called the oasis. And in some spot of desert, there are this area where the underground water, it comes up to the land. You see here. There are desert all over. You see the picture here. This is all desert here, but there is this small pond kind of thing, lake kind of thing found there, and they are known as oases. And oases are the most fertile place in the desert to do the farming and all. Okay, you see the meaning of oasis. You turn your page number 64. You see the oasis, a fertile spot in the desert where water is found. So these are only the place where water are found in the desert, the spot where water are found. It grows naturally. Okay, the underground water, it penetrates and it comes up. It grows naturally, and this area, the fertile spot of the desert where water is there, they are known as oasis. Okay, date palms and some crops such as wheat and barley are grown here. So in this area, the oasis around this place where the water is found, what are grown? Basically date palms and some crops like wheat and barley are grown. You know khajur, date palm, it is known as khajur also. So in this Arabian countries, they are the largest exporter of this date palm also. They grow date palms in a large quantity there. Not more than 2% of the Saudi Arabian land can be used for agriculture. This is because of the inadequate rainfall. In this region, the climate is not favorable for agriculture. There the climate, it is not favorable for agriculture at all, because very less amount of there are very less amount of land where the waters are found, this oasis. Okay, so only 2% of Saudi Arabian land can be used for agriculture, and the reason behind that is because of inadequate rainfall. They get very less rainfall. Okay, the climate is not favorable for agriculture. So this is the plant life. So what are the plants that are found there? Especially date palms. They grow date palms, and what? Wheat and barley are grown there. Only 2% of the Saudi Arabian land are used for agriculture. Why? Because there are very less rainfall in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so now that's all for today. We will cover the rest of the topic in our next video. That's all for today. Till then, you will read this chapter till page number 61, till plant life. Okay, you all will go through the chapter once. You all can go and see in the Google about. You all can learn more things about Saudi Arabia. You all can go and see the map. If you're having an atlas, you go and see in your atlas also. Okay, so that's all for today. See you all in the next video. Till then, stay at home, stay safe, be a good student. See you all in the next class. Have a good day, my dear students.